Have you ever realized that your biggest enemy isn't your boss, your circumstances, or bad luck? It's actually you? You know those moments when you had everything lined up perfectly and somehow found a way to mess it up? What if I told you that the biggest mountain you'll ever climb isn't out there in the world? It's inside you. And here's the surprising part. It's not there to destroy you, it's there to transform you. Today we're diving into Brianna Wiest's The Mountain Is You, transforming self-sabotage into self-mastery. By the end of this video, you'll understand why you've been getting in your own way and how to finally stop doing it. This isn't just feel-good advice, this is a real roadmap for understanding self-sabotage and breaking free from it for good. So what is this mountain? Brianna says it represents the block between you and the life you want to live. But here's the key. This mountain is where two parts of you are having a complete disagreement. Part of you wants something, maybe a promotion, a loving relationship, or confidence. But another part is terrified of what happens if you actually get it. These two parts are having a tug of war, and you lose. You say you want to lose weight, you buy the gym membership, meal prep, get motivated. But then every time you make progress, you eat pizza at midnight or skip workouts for weeks. That's your mountain. The conscious you wants to be healthy, but the unconscious you might be afraid that losing weight means unwanted attention, higher expectations, or losing the protection that being overweight provided. Your wound will show you to your path, and your path will show you to your destiny. That mountain isn't random. It's pointing exactly where you need to go to become who you're meant to be. Understanding self-sabotage. Here's what most people get wrong about self-sabotage. When we sabotage ourselves, we think, I'm weak or I have no willpower. But Brianna says self-sabotage is actually the presence of an unconscious need that is being fulfilled by the self-sabotaging behavior. Your self-sabotage isn't happening because you're broken. It's happening because some part of you thinks it's protecting you. Think about it. Maybe you grew up where love came with drama and chaos, so when you're in a healthy, stable relationship, it feels weird and wrong. You create drama because chaotic love feels like real love to your nervous system. Or you keep sabotaging career success because you believe successful people are greedy, and you don't want to be that kind of person. So you mess up to stay aligned with your identity as a good person. Your triggers. Those moments when you get unexpectedly upset aren't the problem. They're your guides showing you exactly where you have unhealed pain that needs attention. Instead of avoiding triggers, get curious about them. They're like GPS pointing toward your next level of growth. Why we resist change. Why do we resist change, even good change? Your brain's primary job isn't to make you happy, it's to keep you alive. And to your ancient brain, alive equals familiar. Unknown equals potentially dangerous. Brianna talks about upper limit problems, when things are going really well, and suddenly you feel anxious or start creating problems. Someone gets their dream job and starts showing up late. Someone meets an amazing partner and starts picking fights. It's because your nervous system has a comfort zone. When you exceed your usual level of well-being, your brain panics and tries to bring you back to what feels normal, even if normal isn't good for you. Here's the crazy part. Resistance often shows up strongest when you're doing exactly the right thing. When you feel that internal pushback, that's often a sign you're at your growth edge, about to break through to the next level. Emotional intelligence and healing. Self-sabotage is ultimately about low emotional intelligence. The ability to understand, interpret, and respond to emotions in an enlightened and healthy way. Here's what we were never taught. Emotions aren't optional. You can't think your way out of them or push them down. Emotions are physical messages from your body containing information you need. Think of emotions like warning lights on your car. If your oil light comes on, you don't cover it with duct tape. You address what it's telling you. Same with emotions. When you don't process emotions properly, they get stored in your body as tension, pain, anxiety, or illness. Your body keeps the score of every emotion you haven't dealt with. Healing starts with taking complete responsibility for your life. Not blame, responsibility. getting out of denial about what's really happening and being willing to feel uncomfortable feelings instead of running from them. Transforming the mountain. Here's how to transform your mountain using Wiest's 3-step process: awareness, acceptance, and alignment. Awareness is becoming a detective of your own life. When do you self-sabotage? What triggers it? What unconscious need might it fulfill? Maybe you deflect compliments or start fights when you feel close to someone. Just notice without judgment. Acceptance is getting brutally honest about your life as it actually is, not as you wish it were. This might mean accepting you've been living smaller than you're capable of, settling for unfulfilling relationships, or avoiding dreams because you're scared of failing. Acceptance doesn't mean you like these things. It means you see reality clearly so you can change it. Alignment is building a life that matches who you really are. This means letting go of stories that no longer serve you and choosing new beliefs. Maybe you've been living by rules that aren't even yours, from family, culture, or past experiences. Alignment means questioning everything and keeping only what serves your highest good. Start making decisions from your future self instead of your wounded past self. Identity and self-concept. Your identity, the story you tell yourself about who you are, shapes every action you take. Most of our self-concept formed in childhood from messages we got from parents, teachers, and society. When you self-sabotage, it's often because achieving your goal conflicts with your identity. You have negative associations between getting what you want and the kind of person you'd become. Examples: if you learned money is evil or rich people are greedy, you'll unconsciously resist financial security. If you learned being smart makes people jealous, you'll dim your light. If you learned your worth comes from taking care of others, putting yourself first feels selfish. The transformation happens when you realize these beliefs are just stories, and stories can be rewritten. You get to consciously choose who you want to be instead of unconsciously living out childhood patterns. Becoming stronger through struggle. Here's something surprising. Struggle isn't the enemy, avoiding struggle is. The human mind is anti-fragile. It gets stronger when facing challenges like muscles getting stronger, lifting weights. Every person you admire has been through stuff. They've climbed mountains. The struggle didn't break them. It forged them. When we avoid all discomfort, our brain creates problems internally because it needs stimulation. Ever notice how people with easy lives often create drama? Your pain isn't random. Your challenges aren't punishments. They're pivot points, opportunities to develop resilience and self-understanding you can't get any other way. The person you become climbing your mountain gets to enjoy the view from the top and handle whatever comes next. Instead of avoiding pain, develop confidence in your ability to handle it. Let's get practical with specific actions you can take today. Get real with yourself. Write down every problem in your life: money, relationships, health, career. Don't sugarcoat it. This moves you from denial to accountability. Befriend your discomfort. Next time you feel anxious, sad, or angry, stay with the feeling for a moment. Ask, what are you trying to tell me? Your emotions have wisdom. Disconnect action from feeling. You can feel scared and still take scary action. You can feel unmotivated and still do important work. Feelings are valid, but don't run your life. Identify limiting beliefs. What negative stories do you tell yourself about money, relationships, success? Write them down, then ask, is this true? Does this serve me? Choose empowering beliefs instead. Create supportive environments. Your environment shapes behavior more than willpower. Want to eat healthy? Don't keep junk food around. Want positivity? Spend less time with constant complainers. Process emotions properly. When you feel intense emotions, let yourself feel them. Cry, journal, talk to someone trusted. Don't push it down or pretend you're fine. Visualize your future self. Imagine the person you're becoming. How do they handle challenges? What choices do they make? Start making decisions from that version instead of current limitations. Remember, that mountain isn't your enemy. It's your teacher, trainer, and ultimately your gift. Every person who's achieved something meaningful had to climb their mountain. You are not broken. You're not too damaged or too late. You're human, and humans get to grow and become more than they thought possible. One day, you'll look back at this mountain that feels so big right now, and it'll be behind you, but who you became climbing it. The strength, wisdom, the person you transformed into that stays forever. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember, we're all climbing mountains. The question isn't whether you'll face challenges. It's whether you'll let them break you down or build you up.